Hey guys, it's Alter, and I hope you all are doing well. It's been a minute since my last video on this ARG, so strap in, because we've got a lot to cover. First of all, I just wanted to say a big thank you for pushing this channel past 1,000 subscribers. You guys are insane. I know a lot of you are here because of that last video, which is awesome, because that means we all have a shared interest in this sort of thing. It's pretty great. Now before we jump into the new stuff that Dinnerbone has released, we gotta back up for just a minute. So remember at the end of my last video when I said, if there's anything I missed in this video, be sure to leave it in the comments below. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions on this ARG. Well, as it turns out, there's something I did miss. And a couple of you were pretty quick to point it out, and I felt like a complete dumbass for not catching it sooner. But basically, I mistranslated some Morse code at the end of one of the videos. I thought it read WP error Tom Nelson, when actually it just said Emperor Tom Nelson, which makes so much more sense. I realized I looked extra dumb when I remembered that error is spelled with 3 R's and not 2. So yeah, we've established that I'm a moron. But I can redeem myself because I found something new that I never noticed before. So in the video Ambience of the Backrooms, there is a portion of the video that is completely dark and we can hear what sounds like someone treading water, as well as some weird sounding intercom. If you listen to it, it's almost impossible to tell what it's actually saying. But me being the genius that I am, I pulled the most big brain move you'll ever see. I turned on captions. So yeah, really cool discovery, but I have no idea what any of it means. Alrighty, so we've corrected a mistake and made a new discovery, but neither really helped us out a ton, so it's now time to get into the new videos that Dinnerbone777 has released. Diving right into the analysis for this video actually started in the comment section. I was looking around to see what others were saying about it, and I found a comment by Mug Skeletons that says, if you listen carefully at the beginning, you can hear Morse code. This was a super helpful tip to jump off from because I didn't even notice it at first. In fact, if you're not wearing headphones, there's a good chance you can't hear it at all, because it's a really low frequency that blends in with the background buzzing. At this point, Morse code's nothing new, so taking the 5 seconds to translate it gives us end with a question mark. I wasn't entirely sure what it could mean, so I actually left a comment on the video hoping to spark a conversation with other viewers and try to get some answers. And not to brag, but Dinnerbone totally pinned my comment, so we're basically best friends now. All jokes aside, having my comment pinned actually helped a lot with getting more people to talk about it. I got a response from someone by the name of Little Tree that said that Morse code might be referring to the end, which is supposedly one of the levels in the Backrooms. For anyone who's unfamiliar, The end is said to be one of the Backrooms traps. According to the Backrooms wiki, the end resembles a rundown library, and is supposed to create a false sense of safety to mislead wanderers into thinking they've escaped the Backrooms. Which would seem to make sense with our story. I mean, we saw our main character Google how to escape the Backrooms, and while the screen is blurry, we can actually make out text that is talking about the end, and even has a picture off to the right side. And while I think this is a great connection and it fits the story very well, it really just leaves us with more questions than answers. Like, is this series nearing a conclusion? Or are they falling into a trap? Who knows at this point? The next big thing this video has is its description. Literally. Oh, hold on now. We've seen this before. It's a Library of Babel. Right? Well, maybe not. See, unlike the last video with a huge wall of text in the description, we don't have a wall, shelf, or page number this time. And without them, there's tens of thousands of pages with random text that we'd have to sort through to find anything meaningful, which is just not a reasonable thing to do. I went back to the comments for help, and some people were suggesting that it was code in base 64, others said it could be hexadecimal, but after trying to convert both of those, I didn't get significant results from either. Though it was incomplete, I still couldn't help but think it was a hex name for the Library of Babel, but I just needed to find where the wall, shelf, and page numbers were hidden. I tried searching through the video, boosting brightness and adding other video effects to see if anything stood out, but nothing still came up. I started thinking about where they could possibly be hidden. It wasn't in the video, it wasn't in the title, and it wasn't in the description. But then it hit me. There was one more place during the video upload process that you can add text to. The video's tags, of course. They're not publicly visible on the video watch page. It was a perfect place to hide the numbers. So I right-clicked and hit View Page Source. From there, I used the Ctrl+F shortcut to search for keywords. And sure enough, at the end of the string, I found what I had been looking for over 3 months. There we get a Wall 4, Shelf 2, Volume 12, and Page? Son of a bitch. So the page number had been intentionally left blank, but we still managed to narrow it down to just a few hundred pages to look through rather than a few thousand. And yes, I actually looked through all 410 pages of that book, but I still didn't see anything. I feel like whatever's hidden in there was probably mixed in with random letters instead of having a whole page to itself, because that's something you can do with the Library of Babel. So in other words, despite all this new information, we aren't really any closer to cracking this than when we started. Now there's just one more video to touch on before we're done. From what I could tell, there's nothing too crazy going on in this video, but if you pay attention to the number of turns in this hallway, you can see that despite making 3 right turns, they don't end up back where they started, but instead, it seems that it keeps turning forever. It seems sort of unrelated to the main ARG, but it was really cool to see Dinnerbone incorporate some non-Euclidean space into the Backrooms. It actually fits really well with the universe it's set in, and it makes a lot of sense that the Backrooms would have these sort of 4-dimensional pockets scattered throughout that make it that much more impossible to escape. That pretty much covers all the new stuff we got. Unfortunately, we didn't have a big reveal like we did last time. Either we don't have enough information, or I might have missed something in one of the videos. which is why I'm inviting you all to my Discord server. I made a new text channel specifically for discussion on this ARG and other Backrooms related material in hopes of getting more people involved in solving this puzzle. It'll be linked to the description for you guys, and if you're liking this series, I'd highly recommend joining because that'll be the best place for us to share ideas and clues in between uploads. A big thanks to all the people in the comments who've shared already and helped me figure out some of the hidden messages. You all were great help. And of course, I couldn't end the video without giving proper mention and credits to the creator themselves, Dinnerbone777. They've put a lot of effort into not only making the animations and renders we see, but also in constructing these puzzles for us to solve. If you haven't already, please go to their channel and subscribe. They definitely deserve it. I would also recommend hitting the bell while you're over there so that you don't miss when they upload. And while we're on the topic of subscribing to YouTube channels, you should totally subscribe to mine too. That would be pretty cool. I'll definitely be here to cover any updates to the ARG and all that fun stuff. With all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.